Hey everyone, welcome. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if you are new. My name is Robin and this is Knotting Hook Crochet. And today I've got a couple of things to share. I have some finished objects, small ones, a really cool whip, some great little pattern books, and a yarn haul. So we're gonna get started. We will do the finished objects first. So I'm sure that some of you guys have seen a couple of my videos. One was on how to crochet lavender flowers, and the other was a, what do you call it? A cattail. But I have been practicing these other flowers because, you know, it's spring and why not? So here are all the different flowers that I've been playing with. We have our lavender and our cattail. Calla lily, not too thrilled with that one yet. This one is, what do you call it? A Gerber daisy. A little bell type flower, which it will end up being lily of the valley. Some baby's breath, and not the right colors, but that's supposed to be another type of daisy. And another color of the little bellflower. And this was when I was trying it out with acrylic yarn instead of using my skinny little cotton. I think I shared last week that I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought some cotton because I wanted to make the flowers, but that cotton's too thick. And I never thought I'd say this, that cotton's too soft. So that's one of the reasons I'm not like really thrilled with my calla lily. But that is the cattail, lavender, another cattail, and I was playing with the tulip. And again, practicing with the acrylic yarn. You know, worsted weight, regular acrylic yarn, because once I feel comfortable with it, then I'll use my Hobie rainbow cotton that I have, which, I mean, I have quite a few different skeins of it, but not the right colors. So I have to practice on the others, and when I'm feel good about the pattern I've come up with, then we move on to the good stuff. So I shared this book with you guys before for my little gnomies up here. And I told you, this one here I was trying to make look like a leprechaun, but he looks more like Yosemite Sam. And that I was going to redo him. And I did redo him. And we actually, the consensus on the names were, that's Sam. Larry is the striped gnome, and I'd say 99% of the people that commented said that the daffodil gnome should be Danny. So that's Danny the daffodil. So they've all been named. But those all came out of this gnome book. And I redid the garden gnome. Now this is what he's supposed to look like. The only thing that I didn't do is I didn't put his feet on him. He doesn't need feet. He stands just fine on his own. And of course, I don't have the exact same colors. But here he is in all his glory. Isn't he just sweet? I'll put in the clip of the little video that I took that showed you how I made the separation for the hat, because you're supposed to lightly stuff the hat and then you stuff the body like normal. But when you're trying to stuff the body, because it's all worked in one piece, the stuffing goes up into the hat. So then you can't get this little scrunch thing going very well. So this is my remake of the garden gnome. And I was saying how you stuff the hat lightly, and then when you get the body made, you have to stuff, and that stuffing ends up moving into the hat, so you can't get that good scrunch. So what I did is I decided I needed some type of barrier. And right around round 27, I did a front loop only round. And then into the back loop, I worked like a little chain mesh. So I just attached to one of the loops. I chained 3, skipped a few, went around. And then when I got around to the beginning, I chained 3, I skipped one of my loops and jumped to the next just so that it would close in. Now it's not fancy, it doesn't look pretty, but it's going to be on the inside of the gnome. And when I go to stuff, you know, there's a little bit of give there, but not a lot. So we will see just how this is going to work out. So I'm still working on the hat. I'm using a smaller hook. I'm using regular cotton yarn from Hobie and a 2.75 millimeter hook so we can see where we're going with this. But I just wanted to show you what I came up with for my little barrier, and hopefully this is going to work. The other thing that I would change about the hat is I wouldn't do as many rows before I started to do the brim. If I were to make this one again, I would probably leave off about 5 rows, because I don't think his hat needs to be that tall. I think it'd look a little cuter if it was just a little bit shorter. But he's so sweet. His little arms. And this was done with the Hobie rainbow cotton, and this one, it's an 8/6. And if I'm understanding what that means, this is like a DK. And if you do, there's an 8/8 and an 8/4, and I'm not sure which direction it goes for smaller. That would require me like going and looking it up on their website. But I think he turned out really sweet. So now that one needs a name. But yeah, so I liked these. So I went ahead and ordered myself the Halloween and the Christmas. And Nick, these are your fault because you pointed these out to me. But yeah, definitely. Look at these Halloween ones. Oh my gosh, there's some eyeballs in here. We like to go from the back of the book. Oh my gosh. Creepy clown gnome. Yikes. Let's see if there's a full picture of him here. Oh, yeah. You'll float too. You know who that's supposed to be, right? Pennywise gnome. That's cool. And candy corn. Not sure who you're supposed to be. Just a fall gnome. Being new to amigurumi, I can't praise these little books enough because of the way the directions are written, and the pictures are just great. I mean, like step-by-step pictures, and I liked how when you're making the body, it'll have you in some spots sit there and say do back loop only for the crochet for, you know, 3, 4, 5 stitches. But those are going to be the spots where you're going to attach, say, the arms, or this is where the nose goes. So it takes all the guesswork out of that. And you get this nice, things are balanced and even instead of, you know, this arm's back behind them and this one's on the side and it just looks all weird and stuff. But yeah, these are great, especially if you're a beginner. So there's 3 of them, the Halloween, the Christmas, and spring. I can't wait to see what's next. And if you like gnomes, these are great. Or if you know someone who likes gnomes, nice gift, nice gift. Now I haven't done any more out of this book because I've been playing with so many other things. There's only so much time in the day. And then, oh, you guys, this thing, this book, this is freaking awesome. You see this dragon on the cover? When you go in here, it's on page 89. And actually, this one's a little different than the one on the cover. But it starts here, and you go through, and you can pick how your dragon is going to be. Like, is it going to be standing up? Is it going to be sitting on its back legs and its bootay? Is it going to be standing on all fours? What kind of eye shape do you want it to have? What kind of breastplate is it going to have? The spikes that run down its tail. Almost every one of these, there's like 3 different options. And this looks like, when I go to make it, it's going to take me quite a while because I'm still fairly new to amigurumi. And see, like, here's the different choices, like standing on all fours, sitting, the wings, the head, look at the head on this one compared to the head, say, on this one. I mean, it's just awesome. Like the tip of the tail. You get choices for everything. It's, oh, I was like so impressed with how that was written. But I think before I attempt the dragon, I'm going to try one of the easier ones. One that's not quite as complicated. You know, like maybe this little baby dragon. That one doesn't look quite as complicated. And that would break me into learning how Megan Lapp writes her patterns. But what happened with this is I pre-ordered. Now, I probably got in on that kind of late for the pre-order. And when the publication date came up, they were already sold out. And I didn't get mine. And then all of a sudden, you know, a few weeks go by and I get an email saying it'll be arriving on such and such. And lo and behold, here it is, finally. But oh my gosh, she has another one coming out in the fall. I have to try these first before I do the other one though, because it's, like I said, this looks really advanced. Like, look at this. Look at all those strings for all the different things attached to that dragon. Like, yeah, looks pretty scary. Okay, so those are my finished objects. The flowers, the gnome, getting my books. Those are my finished objects. So we have to go out into the other room so you can see my whip, because I have it all hooked up to my little bobbin system and right out in front of the big screen TV so I can listen, because when I made this pattern, there's one part that's challenging, and that's where I'm at now. And I have about 65 rows left, I think. But the part I'm on right now is really challenging. So let's go out there and take a look at that. All right, so here it is. I was trying to get it set up to where I could show you the whole thing. And yeah, that didn't work too well. Okay, so if you can't tell, it is a horse. And I'm using the variegated yarn for the background color. And at first I thought it was a good idea. And then I thought, I don't like it. But when you stand back and take a look, it's almost like the horse is in motion. So don't have the whole thing in view. Let me see if I can, like up here, I'm starting on his mouth. So you can see here's part of his mouth and his head and more of his mane. Ouch, I just stepped on my hook. That's the back, like behind his head. But this, I don't know if you can see it, has, you know, that's like the highlight for his mane. And I used, I love this yarn that's got like the gold polyester foil, whatever it is, going through it. I figured, you know, it's a highlight. Let's make it sparkle. But his foot there. So yeah, there's this part up here for his face. Like, that's his nose, and that's supposed to be part of his mouth there. Has been a little challenging. So you can see I still have quite a bit left. I think when I left off last night, I had about, 21 bobbins hooked up. So yeah, it's been interesting, but I think it's turning out fantastic. I love this. I can't wait till it's finished so I can show it off, have the whole thing in view. But don't you think, like, that the background is Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn. It's called Cobblestone Ivy, I think. Don't you think it, like, makes it look like the horse is running? It just, like, I don't know, it gives the blanket a lot of motion. So that is my whip. And that is, as you can see, why I don't have a lot of other things going on. I did some small things to take a break from this, and we're back at this now. So now let's take a look at the yarn haul. Okay, so here's the deal with the yarn. I really didn't need more yarn, but I had to order another brown, and it's not something that I can buy here local. I had to order it online. So I'm like, I can't just order one skein of yarn. No. So I had to order more so that I could expand my color selection, because I have yarn, but I used all my good colors on my mob head blanket. And I need something to choose from when I go to make something. So that's what we did. So let's take a look at what I got. This is what I had to order, the mahogany, because that's the color I'm using on my horse. And I needed more. I'm not going to make it with what I have out there. So I didn't just get one. I got two so that I would have this nice pretty brown left. So I got two of those. And some of them, you know, when you shop online, it's hard to really tell what your colors are going to be. So I think there were a couple that I only ordered one of, and some I ordered two. But this one is called Denim. And that does kind of look like blue jean. That's a nice color. That'll give me some blues to work with. So I got two. And this is pretty. This one's really pretty. This one, oh, I love it, is Eggplant. Look at that shade. Oh my gosh. It's gorgeous. Look at that. So two Eggplant. See, and by doing it like this, because I do like working with this yarn, this Premier Basics, it's a great, in my opinion, it's just great for a budget yarn. It feels way better than Red Heart Super Saver. So ordering it, you know, just a couple of each, it lets me see what colors that I like and what I don't like. Okay. This one is called Storm, and I only ordered one, and that's actually a nice shade of blue. Kind of, it's a nice shade of blue. I'm not sure what it reminds me of. And then, this one is called Slate. That's not bad either. Those actually, that, not so much. But the slate and the denim look nice together. And it looks like I only got, whoops, they're falling out of the package. Looks like I only got one of these. This one is called Ember. Kind of a rust color. Okay. And, oh, this one's pretty. Oh, too bad this wasn't in cotton, because this would be perfect for my one flower I'm trying to figure out how to do. This is called Rose, and that is just lovely. I got 2 of those. And nothing special about this one. Some black. I got 2 blacks. So I was like, for this size yarn, I was low on black. I do have black in another one, but that is designated yarn for a project. So I can't play with that if it's designated for a project. Then I thought, I thought I ordered some other reds. This one is Garnet. Now I've had this one before and I do like that color. So that is Garnet. I ordered 2 of those. One of these, this one is Buff. It's a nice tan color. And Burgundy. 2 of those. When you stack it like this, it looks like a lot, but it really isn't, I swear. A forest green. Oh, that's pretty when the light hits it. Just 1 forest green. And this is salmon. It's not too awful bad. I thought I ordered some other red. I'm gonna have to go back online and look at my order, because I thought I ordered just some regular red, because I don't have any. And I'm not going to make another order for one thing of red, because if I go online, I'm going to order a whole bunch more and I don't have anywhere to put it. So then I got, this is the last one. This is just a cream color. So, you know, for an off-white, it's a cream color. But that is my yarn haul. Now I have to find a place to put it all. But, oh, and I had some good news. I did that filet crochet pattern and I listed it up on Etsy. I had to open a shop. And of course, when I was doing that, that's when all that thing with that bank happened, and Etsy had a bunch of money tied up in that bank, and we were worried about, are we going to get paid or not? But everything went fine. Everybody got paid. There might have been some people at the very beginning that there was a little bit of delay, and that, like, say on Friday, but by Tuesday when it was my payday, everything was fine. I got paid. And then I got the because I chose to do a manual verification. I finally got the stuff to do to get the other account set up. So my one listing, I had a sale. I was like, yay, yay for me. I was excited. Somebody liked my little blanket and purchased my pattern. So that was nice. So when I get this done, this pattern will be the, my whip that I'm working on, the horse out there. That will be the next pattern that goes up. But, you know, it's a process to do all this. It takes a little while. So, and apparently I am not a super fast graph gam crocheter because I can't do one in 24 hours or less. I've been working on this for a couple of weeks, and I did have to take a break because I needed the brown, but I needed a break anyways. So, and that was only a few days. So I started back up last night, and I'll work on some more of it tonight. So I have maybe 65 rows left on it, but I want to get it finished. I'm anxious to see how it's going to look. And yeah, that's just, you know, how things go. So on that note, if you want to see how to make those flowers, so far all I have up is the cattail and the lavender. That link is available right here. And we will see you in the next video or over there to make the lavender or cattail.